Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out, Farpoint Farms Air Force. Yeah man, this thing looks so cool. This is the Ruko F11GIM2 and it is such an upgrade from the other drone that I have had here on the property for a while, and I do love using it, but that drone's a little sketchy. You know, it goes up to about 150 feet, maybe 100 feet on a windy day, and then you can kind of turn it around, but it doesn't have GPS. I'm not a very good pilot, and so a couple times I have had that thing sail off into the sunset. Luckily, I've been able to track it down. The other issue with those less expensive drones is that they don't have a ton of runtime. Well, the folks from Ruko reached out to me and asked if I wanted to review this thing. I checked it out on their Amazon page, and it is pretty awesome. 30-minute runtime. It's got 4K video feed that is just incredible. This is the part that I'm just blown away by. Up to, and pretty darn close to, 2 miles of range. That could be 2 miles up, or a half a mile up, and a mile and a half out. It doesn't matter how you decide to use it, but this thing has a really, really cool extended flight time, and a really, really cool extended range. All right, so hopefully I don't destroy this thing on its first flight, but I don't think I will, because it has kind of a beginner mode to it, where you can limit its height. It also has some GPS tracking, so you can have it set up. So and I'm going to go through this here before I even unbox it. From what I've read, it has what we called in the Army loitering, right? That's where you have an AC-130 rolling around in circles above the battlefield, and you know, it's there loitering in case it's needed. This has a mode like that. I think they call it, it's not follow, but I think it's like surround or whatnot. And so let's say I wanted to film a car. I went out to a big parking lot, I parked that car right in the center of it, I wanted to show it off to the world. Well, I could put that thing 15, 20 feet off the ground and have it loiter, just slowly circle around that object. So that's pretty cool. I, as a pilot, don't have to do anything. I just set it up, identify the object I want to have it go around, and let it do its thing. It also has what you definitely see in some of the fancier YouTube channels, and maybe I can someday add that into my channel. It has follow me mode, right? So I'm driving in my classic truck, and I can set that as the object, and then I can go drive down the road and this will follow me, which produces some really high quality, really nice cinematic looking video. Now this also has stability control because it has gimbals. 3-axis gimbal or 2-axis gimbal, I can't remember which one it is. We'll go ahead and unbox it here. I'm just so excited to play with this thing. So of course it's after dark, I can't do anything with it right now, but I am going to make sure that the batteries are fully charged so that when tomorrow comes, we're ready to play with this thing. And of course, I'm going to film, you know, both halves of this, so you'll get to see it. You'll get to see the video footage from it. Right. So what we got here is a nice. It's kind of a soft case. You can see, but it has a nice carrying handle. Kind of a little larger than a lunchbox, I'd say, but pretty nifty. All right. Got a little piece of plastic stuck here. Get rid of that. There we go. All right, let's unbox this thing. I'm so excited to play with this thing. You know, like sometimes as adults we don't get toys anymore, you know. But it's almost Christmas when I'm filming this, and this is a big boy toy. This is a toy for sure. All right. Here is the main unit. I'll go ahead and set that aside. It's pretty heavy. I'll be honest. It got to weigh close to a pound, I would say, if not more. And then this, it does come with 2 batteries, so you have a full hour of runtime per trip to the park or per trip to wherever it is you're going. This is the main remote control, which is really kind of, I don't know, it's not as fancy as I would have thought it would be, to be honest with you. It just, you know, you would think like flying a plane or flying a helicopter or flying a drone would require a whole lot of buttons and knobs and stuff, but honestly, that didn't look all that complicated. It was just an up, down, left, right, you know, twin joystick. There's a lot of little things in here we'll go through. There's like another baggie here. I don't know if anything's in that. Nope, that one's empty. It must be for extras. Okay, I'll set that aside. So we have our drone here. We have our extra battery. I'll show you what that looks like if I can get it open here. And of course, I'm going to leave a link to where you can get one of these things. This is just so cool. It's just such a treat to have. What a life, you know, to be able to play with such cool stuff. Did you ever think when you were a kid, for the average age group of my viewers, you know, 55 plus. So I wanted to, this is definitely aimed squarely at you folks. Do you ever think you would live in a time where you could have your own personal flying 4K camera just floating around and doing all these great things for you? I remember when I was young a pilot flew over one of the houses we lived in off base, and he came by on a Saturday and showed a big old picture to my dad and said, "Hey, this is a picture from the top of your house, of your property. Would you like to buy that?" Of course, we couldn't afford that, but I remember seeing that picture and looking like, wow, look at that from the top down. That is pretty cool. Now we have, Google Maps and stuff like that with some satellite imagery, but they haven't updated mine since before I moved here, so it doesn't really do me any good. Here's a way to see my property in areas and in ways and in directions and angles that you never could have imagined when I was young anyway. All right, so our battery pack here says it is 11.1 volts. That's interesting. 2,500 milliamps, and it is 27.5 watt hour. Lithium ion. Rated voltage is actually 5 volts. I'm not sure where I got that first number from. And it looks like it has a little release here, has a power button here, and a USB-C to charge it. So pretty simplistic. Now it does come with some spare blades. Nice pack of spare blades here. And yep, four extra sets of blades. So if you break some blades, yep, they got you covered. All right, looks like we have some cabling here. Yep, a nice USB-C cable here. And what do we have here? Something small. Hard for me to get these out of the package, it looks like. There we go. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So the remote control, you can see and it has two of them built in down here. You unscrew those, screw them in when you're ready to fly so you could have the sticks. Now, myself, I'd probably just use them just the way they are. But if you wanted to have the sticks, it not only comes with them, but it comes with a spare set. That's really nice of them to do that. So we have, that's interesting. Okay, maybe to charge both this, we have another USB-C cable, and then we have some jumpers here. And I'm not sure what those are for. Definitely going to have to read the manual on this. But another USB charging port down here. So this might be a connection between I'm not sure. We're going to have to look that up. Then it does have after sales service here and a rather large user's manual and a quick start and safety disclaimer. So we have that as well. Let's go ahead and open this up. We'll untwist this if I can do it without hurting anything. And wow, okay, very firm, very stiff feeling. Yeah, really cool. Okay, and looks like they've got some Velcro tabs here, kind of holding those in place. There we go. What an interesting design. So all four blades are not at the same height. You have two that are raised up, two that are going to be ground level. These are, not, they just kind of spin around, but I guess momentum when you start going, yeah, going to take those around. Cool. The main unit, the battery pack is attached here. You can release that. There's our power button there. There's our USB charging port on that side. And this does not come with an SD card, but there's where you're going to insert your SD card. I remember when looking at some of the videos online from Amazon reviews and whatnot, it recommends if you're going to film 4K, you got to have a high speed rating for your SD card. So just keep that in mind. And then the camera is currently covered up with a piece of tape here. Get that off of there. All right, and then we have our gimbal, right? So this is self-rotating. You can see moves back and forth. And then there's another right here that moves up and down. Very cool. And this is just a protective cover to keep it safe when we're traveling. Kind of slide that in there. And that holds it in place so it keeps it safe. Very cool. Okay, take a look at the remote again. I'll just go through the functions with it. And then I'm going to read the manual, and tomorrow when the sun is shining, we're going to go and play with this thing, and I am so excited to play with this. Just incredible. And something like this would have cost many thousands of dollars just a year or two ago. It's incredible. Okay, so as far as the controls go, we do have a full color screen right here. Some push buttons. We have camera mode, it looks like. We have, altitude perhaps, waypoints, and video. So we can press video to record the video, still shots. We can get a look at some of our GPS information here and our GPS tracking here. Up on top, we have our angle. We can change the angle of the video. So no matter what the height is, we want to look down, we want to look at the horizon. We have that ability to change that. And this is, let's see what that says there, zoom and far. Yeah, zoom. Of course, it's digital zoom, but still there. On the bottom, the USB-C charger, and there's those two little joysticks for the top there. And then lastly, there's our controllers. Now it does have, you kind of flip this up, I believe. Let me see how I get that out of there. There it is. And so this holds your cell phone. Your cell phone is the screen, the onboard video that you're seeing. It's going to put that feed down. And here is our attachment. So you plug that into your phone, plug your phone into there, and it is transmitting through that. And man, that is so cool. I imagine the manual on this thing is pretty significant. So it has a quick start guide. I'm going to go into all these things. It says 14 plus. Remote control pairing, so a lot of that GPS signal. And of course you are going to download an app. There's your flight guide there, and there's an app for the controls on this thing, so pretty awesome. Select an open flight area. It's talking about height of about 65 feet, give or take. Power on, okay, yeah. So I'm going to read through all that, and then of course there's a more complex owner's manual here that tells us all the secrets and how to set that up. So I'm going to pause the camera. We'll wait until tomorrow, and we're going to go outside and fly. I can't wait to do this. Let's do it. All right, well, it may be a little hard for you to see standing over there, but there it is, and we are ready to try this thing. Jen's going to be the pilot, and I'm going to try to take the phone off the tripod here and follow it, but of course we're also going to be recording everything we do. You can see the equipment there. Keep going. Hopefully you guys can see this. If not, you'll see it when you see the actual footage. But on the back, there is a lever to go up and down, so you can see changing the view. Now this is the unit is stationary. This is just giving me that panoramic. And then to turn the entire unit, there's our greenhouse there. Pan down a little bit. No, that's the wrong way. So there's our greenhouse. A little farther over should show you our solar and our C-band and KU-band dishes. You can see the top of the house. You can see a little bit of the barn back there. Lower part of the driveway. And then there is the there's the it's a little hard to control when you've never done this before. So there is our building, and then we're back over to the Farpoint restoration garage. I'll go down here and you can see there it is. That's us. And so that's about as far down as it will go.